Welcome back to Reading Bear. Today, we'll take a look at some new Am I the A-hole stories. And if you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comments. Let's go!
First one posted by user Gaten Hartman. Titled AITA for not pulling away from the gas pump to instead wash my windows when a lady honked her horn at me. This happened about a month ago, but it came up in conversation at work and wanted other opinions since one of my coworkers called me a witch for doing so. I had a coupon for 25 cents off per gallon for a holiday gas station that was going to expire the next day, so I went and got gas that I very much needed anyway. For information, this gas station wasn't small. There are roughly 6 sets of gas diesel pumps with 4 pumps per set, one of those in the set being a diesel pump. I pulled into the nearly empty station to the first pump I see. I start pumping my gas when shortly after, a woman pulled up behind me. She was pulled up in front of one of the diesel pumps. She didn't get out of her vehicle to start pumping, and her car wasn't one that used diesel anyway, so I wasn't really sure why she was there. I didn't think too much of it and I went inside to pay, since I couldn't use my coupon at the gas pump. I come back out and she's still sitting there behind me. I go back into my car and start preparing to pull away. Directly next to the pump I was at is the driveway to pull onto the main road to leave. The gas station is on the corner of a busy intersection with stoplights, so if there are cars waiting for the light to turn on the road, you can't pull out of the driveway without hitting them. As I was about to leave, a truck with a large trailer was also driving to the driveway to leave, but the light was red and there were cars in the way, so this truck trailer was stopped directly in front of me, causing me not to be able to go anywhere. As I waited, the woman behind me starts honking her horn repeatedly, and when I looked out my rear view mirror, she was making a shooing motion with her hand for me to move, even though there was clearly a large truck trailer in front of me. She wouldn't stop holding down the horn even though there wasn't anything for me nor the truck trailer driver to do. Out of spite, I decided to get out of my car and grab one of those window squeegee things and start washing all of my windows, even though they weren't dirty. I took my time with washing and wiping off each window while she still continued to honk at me. The truck trailer eventually got to pull out and I got to merge onto the main road, but I made sure to wave and blow a kiss to the woman behind me. While I was waiting at the stoplight myself, she was pumping her gas normally at the pump I was at. Am I the a-hole for doing that? My mum and boyfriend thought it was funny, but my coworker tonight said I was being bitchy and that maybe the woman had to use the pump I was at specifically. All of the gas pumps, other than the diesel ones, I don't know how those really work, had the different fuel options on them, so it's not like my pump stood out in any way. User comment, not the a-hole, that's hilarious. All the pumps are the same, plus if you're being physically blocked in and can do absolutely nothing about it, what the duck does she expect from you? She's in a hole with no grasp on reality. You just gave her what she deserved, and in a hilarious way. User comment, not the a-hole. She could have gone to another pump and it wasn't your fault for being behind another vehicle. User comment, not the a-hole, but don't go getting shot or anything doing stuff like that, road rage is real. Next one posted by user Hingo82. Titled AITA for wanting 50% of a property my wife is buying for her mum. She offered 20%. I've been with my wife for over 6 years now, married for 4. We own a home together which we bought when we got married. At that time, we combined the majority of our finances and decided that going forward, we would contribute to our joint account based on our incomes, while also keeping personal accounts. Also, her mum, Mill, lives with us, which I hate a lot. Since the beginning, I've been putting the bulk of money into our joint account because I earned more. I even took on side gigs and put everything from that to the joint account so we could be more flexible. Wife also has her own side gigs but keeps that money herself. Fast forward a few years, she's pregnant and on paid leave and isn't receiving her full pay. I double my contribution to our joint account, which is nearly my entire paycheck. After the baby, my wife returned to work and also got a raise. She increased her contribution a bit while I continue to put double and am still doing so till this day. After years of suffering on my part, my wife now finally decides to start looking for a place for Mill. The plan is to buy a place and rent out a portion to cover some of the mortgage so it's not such a big burden. Wife will be making the down payment but needs me for the loan because her income alone isn't high enough to get qualified. We talked it out and she said I'll get 20%. I asked why not 50%, aren't couples supposed to split everything equally? She says that I'm not paying anything towards the new house and I'm getting 20% for free. I would contribute but I don't have the money. For years and years now, I have putting nearly everything I have towards us, leaving me with little savings for myself. I wouldn't have cared but now I feel shortchanged since I'm not getting an equal return. There were times where I left the side gig money, mind you, side money, in the apps to build it up and she would ask, how come I don't see the deposits in our account? It's like she fondles over it and I have an obligation to do so now. One time, I responded with, yes, how come you don't put some extra money into our account, and she got upset, come on, really? I've been too generous and I feel she's taken advantage of it. In closing, here I am putting most my money towards our home, marriage and family while she socks away enough money for a down payment on a new home. Without me, she wouldn't have been able to do so. Also, I want to mention that Mill pays zero, so it's quite literally I've been paying for her mum to live with us for the past 4 years. I didn't want to argue over the 20% at the moment but deep down I felt played. AITA for wanting 50%? User comment, as an aside, would you assume only 20% of the risk? It sounds to me like your major problem is nothing to do with the house now, but your wife being apparently less than honest with you. That would be a big red flag for me. If you feel your marriage is otherwise fantastic then I am glad, otherwise I would be a little worried, and a little suspicious. Anyway, not the a-hole. User comment, not the a-hole. This is something that always baffles me with other married couples. There is not your money, my money. When you're married, you're a team and you need to play like one. My husband and I, while still having separate accounts, always transfer most of our paychecks into our joint account. That account is for the mortgage and bills and rainy day money. Our personal accounts are just a temporary place for our money until we transfer it to our joint. Although we do keep some money in our personal accounts, everything is connected so we both see all accounts. You're not the a-hole for wanting 50%, she wouldn't be able to do this without you. What's her reasoning for 20%? Because it's her money that she's saved? While you have helped to provide for her mother this whole time. Yeah, it's a hard no from me. I'm sorry you're going through this, op. User comment, definitely not the a-hole. I'd also feel confused, hurt, annoyed if I were in your shoes. This might be worth talking to a marriage counselor though. I know this isn't an advice sub, but I really don't know what you can do aside from telling her honestly how you feel. This seems like a big deal to me. Next one posted by user, Medicine Unlucky 3871. Titled, AITA for not convincing my wife to forgive a loan she gave to my family? To start this post, I'd just like to say that I am happily married with a woman that I can only describe as a taller version of Balalaika from Black Lagoon, seriously. We watched the show by her nephew's recommendation and goddammit how they look and act alike. My wife not even denies the resemblance, and the fact that my wife is from Russia don't help in nothing to distinct her from the character. She is strong, has great leading skills, sharp wits and is a great partner. My wife and I both work, but she earns a lot more than me since she has a high-ranking position in a multinational company, and as far as I know she nails it. Into the problem here, me and my wife have very similar views in a lot of things. One of them is how to handle finances. We put 1/3 of our money in a joint account to household expenses, 1/3 on separated saving accounts, and the rest is fun money. When it comes to lend money, the rule is simple: the joint account is out of the limits. So if we want to loan money, we use our own savings or the fun money. 3 years ago, my family, mum, dad, brother and sister and 5 kids with the ages between 2 and 10, went into a huge amount of debt. They all live in the same 3-bedroom house where I grew up and managed to carve for themselves a massive credit card debt. So since their credit was so horrible, they decided to ask my wife, not me, my wife, for a humongous loan. They asked her because I don't loan them money, because I know very well they are leeches and moochers. For example, my sister have 5 kids, with 5 different guys which she keep on the hook for child support. Luckily for the kids, their fathers are in their lives, and my brother fakes disability with my parents while selling pot. The only reason I kept the bare minimum contact with them is because I am worried about my nephews and nieces, and I am in contact with the fathers. Try help to them. My wife also knows this. So when they asked her for money, she came to me to ask my opinion, because is my family. I said that although it's my family, they are asking for her money, so the decision is hers. Long story short, she contacted an attorney and drafted a legal document that would put the devil to shame, where basically said that they would have 2 years to repay in full the value of the loan, and they needed to give the house as collateral. My family isn't the sharpest knife on the drawer, so they accepted. Well, the 2 years had passed and they don't have the money. To be honest, they don't have any money. My wife put an eviction order, since now she legally owns the house, and as soon as this year is over they have to get out of the house. My wife got in contact with the fathers of the kids and they're going to take the kids in. Now my family is begging me to convince my wife to forgive the loan, but I am not moving a finger to help them, since like I said, it's my wife's money, and now everybody in my extended family is calling me a hole. So AITA? User comment, not the a-hole. My guess is the plan all along was to not pay her back. As soon as she got a lawyer involved, they should have backed out. It was incredibly dumb for them to sign away their house and expect her to not kick them out because they're family. Your wife is a shark, and I respect that. I would just laugh when they call you a hole. Like you could talk your wife out of evicting them. User comment, not the a-hole, laughing my butt off. You refuse to lend them money because they will not repay it. Why your wife lent them the money I have no idea, but she took collateral. Now they want you to try to intervene. How does that go? Not your monkey, not your circus? Tell your extended family that they can come up with the funds to repay your wife if they are so concerned. User comment, not the a-hole. Your wife loaned them the money, they can't repay, so she is within her rights to enforce the agreement. Next one posted by user, Onslaught at the Gates. Titled, AITA for calling police on ex? My ex, 35, had custody of our daughter, 9. Until I discovered that my ex was neglecting my daughter by using drugs and living in horrific conditions. I won custody of my daughter when she was 7. Her mother was a heavy meth user for a long time, I came to find out. She hid it from nearly everyone, and of the time I suspected it, I didn't have proof until I came across video evidence of it on my daughter's tablet. During our custody battle, my ex got clean. I was very happy about this, as I wanted my daughter to have her mother in her life. My ex got a job making good money, moved away from her abusive meth head dealer boyfriend, and was finally trying to make something of herself. Well, the last few months, my ex was finally allowed unsupervised visits. Every visit there was a ton of drama. She was late picking up our daughter, 16 hours late once. She slept for 24 hours straight, leaving our daughter to fend for herself for food. Our daughter had to call her grandma to pick her up because she couldn't wake up mommy. She lost her job due to being sick. She constantly has an excuse for why she is late or unavailable. She once had a friend bring my daughter back in a car that had a breathalyzer in it to keep it running. I discovered this guy had 5 warrants out for his arrest due to meth. This last visit, however, is where I think I might have been the a-hole. My ex was 4 hours late picking up our daughter, yet again, and then had a 2-hour drive back to where she lives. I checked my daughter's phone GPS to see if she had made it to her mother's safely, only to discover they weren't even halfway there yet. Her mother stopped at a random gas station off the interstate for 2 hours and left our daughter alone in the car. I couldn't believe it when I talked to my daughter on the phone. So of course I called the police to do a welfare check. Before the police could arrive, I checked with my daughter again to see if her mother had returned. She had. I relayed this information to dispatch. They still chased her down. All I was told is that my daughter was okay. After my daughter returned from visitation, she told my wife about the incident. This is where I feel terrible. Daughter said the police put her in the back of the squad car as her mother and car was searched. She was terrified. That was never my intention. I just wanted to make sure she was safe, because I was 99% sure there was some sort of drug deal use going down, especially with recent behavior. Her lawyer even withdrew from counsel this week after a drug test was ordered. My suspicions are through the roof. So, AITA? Edit. Some are under the assumption that I haven't fought tooth and nail for 2 years to keep sole custody of my daughter. The battle is still ongoing, but I'm not a mother, so therefore I am treated as less in family court. User comment, not the a-hole, while your daughter may have been scared, her safety comes first. Police oftentimes have events where they do meet and greet with people where they also get to see a police car and all that. Maybe see if you can replace what she experienced with police with a more positive experience. User comment, not the a-hole. It sounds exactly like a drug deal was going down. And since there is no field sobriety test for meth, they probably couldn't do anything to prove there was drug use. But what else could mother have been doing for 2 hours at a random gas station? User comment, not the a-hole, it's not your fault your daughter was freighted in the back of a police car, it's her mother's. She abandoned her child in her car in a gas station in the middle of nowhere for 2 hours. What if someone had noticed your daughter and taken her? It was an interstate gas station, so your daughter would have been long gone before her mother even realized she was taken. If I were you, I would talk to your lawyer about whether or not you have to hand over your daughter when your ex is 4 hours late. I know that in some place, if you're not reasonably punctual for custody handovers, you forfeit your right to that visit. Last one posted by user, Tess1588. Titled, AITA for calling my uncle out for giving my grandmother's wedding diamonds to wife no. To a woman he met 3 weeks ago? Alright, so my grandparents were only married for 10 years or so, and then they divorced. Many years later my grandmother had the diamonds from her engagement and wedding rings recast into 2 different settings, and she wore them for years. My grandparents only had 2 children, my uncle and my mum, who are both now in their late 50s. My uncle married his first wife when he was in his early 20s. They had 10 children, and then she kicked him out after 25 years of marriage and asked for a divorce. He no longer has a relationship with more than half his kids. Don't have any desire to get into their drama as a family, but just for reference, know there's a lot going on there. My uncle has dated very unsuccessfully in the last few years. In October he was devastated that his on and off girlfriend up and moved out of state. Not even a week later he's back at it meeting new people. He just proposed to a woman he met like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Last night my mother texts me that my grandmother just told her that my uncle gave the diamonds to this new woman. She was extremely upset. My grandfather passed away nearly 15 years ago, and she has very few things left of him and of their family. My grandmother decided to give my mum a pair of old diamonds earrings from someone in the family, and my uncle was to get the wedding diamonds. I think my grandmother had mentioned this several years back, but we all thought he was getting the wedding diamonds in her will, not now. I understand that my grandmother is allowed to do whatever she wishes with her property, so I don't really have a right to be mad about her giving him the diamonds now. I have no relationship with my uncle and never really have. See him sporadically and to be honest have never really had that positive of an opinion about him. Last night I texted him and asked if he could call me to discuss something at his earliest convenience. He immediately calls me. I know we all see our own actions with bias, but I would like to be clear that I was trying very hard not to let my emotions drive this conversation. I did not swear or saying anything mean or rude. I asked him how he was and congratulated him on his new engagement. I then told him I was just going to cut to the chase and then just laid out why it feels upsetting that he has given these diamonds to someone outside of our family. I know that in and of itself is not an uncommon thing, but they're nearly 60 so they aren't having children together. And also, he met her 3 weeks ago. He could have willed or given them to his own daughters. Those diamonds no longer belong to our family. I know maybe I seem like the gold digger here, but my feelings about this have nothing to do with the value or me wanting them. It's the principle of the thing. I am an extremely sentimental person, and this feels important. AITA for calling my uncle out? I mean, you don't give your mother's diamonds to your second wife when you're pushing 60, am I right? Edit, I'm not arguing that he doesn't have the right to do with what he wishes with his property. I even openly acknowledged that in our conversation. It's just clear to me he didn't even think this through. When I expressed it was upsetting that these diamonds would no longer be a part of our family, his response was that he was sure she would will them back to our side of the family. He doesn't and can't know that for sure. My point is just that now these diamonds will very likely be willed to people my family doesn't know and has never met. I would love to see any of my cousins have them. This is not about me somehow getting them. User comment, you're the a-hole. The diamonds were given to him, he's free to do what he wants with them. User comment, you're the a-hole. First, it is his ring to give to who he wants. It is a wedding diamond, so he gave it to the woman he married. Second, the ring is still in your family. She is your uncle's wife. She is now your aunt. Here is another reason you know nothing of the relationship. It could be love at first sight for both of them. It could be that they got along so well that they knew they want to spend the rest of their lives together. Also, you were rude. You were telling someone what to do with their property without being asked. Do you like it when someone you are not close to tells you what you should do when they were not even asked? You butted in where it was none of your business. User comment, you're the a-hole. In your situation I would be upset too, but I would realize something that you seem to be missing. It's not your place to call him out on something that isn't any of your business. Once your grandmother gave them to him, he had the right to do with them as he pleased, including giving them to the newest member of his family, his second wife. Thanks for listening.